Before you get comfortable, could you pass me a bottle,
Well,
please?
I will pass you. Oh, I'll pass you a bottle.
Oh, he's gonna pass him a bottle.
Oh, I'll pass you a bottle.
Pass you pass
Oh, I'll
him
pass you a
Oh,
bottle.
you pass him a bottle. Are we recording?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
good.
Oh, I'll pass
Oh,
you a
good.
bottle. Thank
He's
you.
making sure he
Passing that
gets
bottle.
that.
Oh,
I
yeah,
need
I'll
to pass
pass you
that
a
bottle.
bottle.
Ooh, juice.
Oh, I'm gonna pass you that bottle.
Oh, suit
So
you, sir.
hard.
Oh, suit you, sir.
Shoulder deep.
Oh,
Suit you,
oh,
Oh,
sir. That is a kink I didn't know anyone had.
That's one of Jerry Soul's catchphrases. Shoulder deep.
Shoulder deep.
Shoulder deep. Yeah.
Jerry.
Him and
in you.
him and Vic. Yeah.
Shoulder deep.
Shoulder deep in you.
Okay, children, please. We have some very serious.
How dare you try and play the adult now?
We have.
Oh
I'm an
my
adult.
fucking god!
You can't even say it with a straight face.
Holy
No.
shit! We
I'm an
literally
adult.
had a day of you.
I am the adult. Okay, who's the captain? Sit, Kira, you sit back.
Shush! I'm speaking for you.
I see.
When it comes to movies, bitch, we all know who's the adult here is.
That's fair.
Oh, shit! Oh fuck! Oh,
Stockholm syndrome.
with great power comes really fucked up responsibilities.
Kira, stop feeding her kink.
Just
Yeah, seriously,
praise
so
me and tell me I'm a
disrespectful.
good girl.
You kick her.
I went all the way down my body. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Amy, you're so knowledgeable with movies.
Don't you even fucking say it. You're the fuck. No, do you know what? If any. Hi, welcome to Weekend Amy's. Right?
All this is the intro, by the way.
Right? Now, thank you so much for caressing me. By the way. That was lovely. Right? This is serious shit right here, okay? So for anyone who watched the last Weekend at Amy's, which would have been Ace Ventura, Foxy's pick, Ace Ventura, at the end you would have been shocked, appalled, terrified. Someone fainted.
No, you didn't. You did.
Someone might have fainted.
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 Fainted. That's
Right?
fainting. But
Because
in
Jonathan-
Jackson's.
Jonathan has only seen one Batman movie,
Yes.
and it wasn't even a fucking good one.
Well, let's clarify that.
Batman and Robin.
Yes, Batman and Robin.
Not even
Not
the good
Batman
one.
Forever. No,
No,
thankfully
it
not.
wasn't even the good. What do you mean, thankfully not? That's a good Batman.
It's I see. This is where I keep getting confused. It's the
Batman
one
and
with
Robin
Jack
is the
Nicholson.
shit one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the one with Jack Nicholson.
That's the one we're going to watch, which is just Batman 1989.
Okay.
Just
Yeah,
stop.
it's fine.
You're
Fine.
digging yourself
I
a
keep
hole
digging
again.
myself-
Listen to your girlfriend!
Okay, fine.
You're in a JCB at this point. Back up.
Oh my god, that's actually brilliant.
You know it's bad when I'm being metaphoric.
The best, you know what the greatest thing about this is Kira's voice went up a pitch where I haven't even heard it before. And shit, like, okay, look, I'm just gonna rewind here for a second. Me and Foxy, when it comes to superhero movies, we watch them because that's what we enjoy, right? Kira, bless her little soul, she's not inclined with regards to movies as a whole anyway. I'm attempting to change that. That's why she's now stuck here at Weekend at Amy's. Whether you like it or not. You are here.
You can't even see
I
your
feel
face.
like I should be intervening here.
This is very
Insert a
hotel-
caption above.
This is
like,
very Hotel
like just
California.
explain.
You
This
can
is-
check out
this
anytime you
isn't
want.
the
Have
part
you
of
ever
the
done
skit,
it?
like,
Yeah.
It's just real.
I'll have
This
like
is-
a ransom demand up above her head there.
This is very much now going to be an education in just movies in general, alright? And then this piece of shit, right? He comes in here and then he proudly,
did
at
feel
the end of Ace Ventura, he was proud. Like, he was
I was not
actually
proud.
prideful when he said this, I've never seen it. And he thought that was okay. That's not okay.
I've
Okay?
at least seen the Batman movies.
Sorry, what?
I've at least seen. the
Oh, sorry, I
Batman
thought you
movies.
said I haven't seen them either.
No.
I was like, bitch, I'm going to bitch your ass outside. Like, I was like, I'm going to beat a bitch.
No, I have at least seen the Batman movies.
Yeah. All of them or just the Christopher
Oh,
Nolan
for
ones?
fuck's sake.
All of them.
Oh my.
Now who's digging Kira?
No one. She's actually seen them.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, she's seen all of them. See, I was confirming.
Okay.
She's seen them all. Her hard thing will come later, alright? I'm okay with that. But you're on a fucking a YouTube channel called Nerds Are Us, and you've never seen Batman, and then you had the cheek to be proud of it. That changes. That changes tonight. So what we're doing, I'm so excited because I love it. Batman is like my favourite thing ever. I would get high to this shit, right? So we're going to be watching Batman. So we're doing the two Tim Burton ones first off. So what the fuck? we're doing it. Sorry, you can't see what I'm seeing.
The TV got bored.
TV actually went into standby because we haven't done anything in a while.
You just got tired of
I'm listening to
It goes too long. Put it
out.
Right, so what we're going to be doing today, so we're doing, so for this week and next week, for this week and the next week.
Well,
and
next 2 months, to be fair. Next 2 months, yeah.
Right, so we're doing Batman and then we're doing Batman Returns. So we're doing both Tim Burton movies.
Yes.
We're also going to be doing Val Kilmer, Batman Forever, and then the ungodly shit that is Batman and Robin again.
Yes.
Because it's a glutton for punishment, but
The
to be honest with you,
Bat nipples.
they're camp as
Bat nipples,
shit
yeah.
and you kind of have to watch them all as a whole.
And the Bat credit card.
Exactly. My stomach, oh my god. Right, now, at that point...
You already have me sold on that, by the way.
At that
I love
point,
taking the
you
piss
shouldn't
out
have
of
to be
it, really.
sold. It's the only one you've fucking seen. So at that point, it's up to him on whether or not he wants to do the Nolan trilogy, because that's like 9 hours of your life, and I'm not going to take that from him willingly. Like, he can do that himself. Like,
To be
forcefully
honest,
even,
it's
so you
awesome.
can
Yeah,
do
yeah.
it willingly. I do recommend to watch them, because the comic that they're based on is an excellent version
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the comic and stuff like that. But again, it's like Spider-Man. It restarts everything
Yeah,
over again.
I get you.
So while it does become a little bit repetitive, if you're into the characters much as
It'll
I
give you a
am,
flavour of it, in a sense.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Plus, you're looking at someone else doing it. So that would have been the one where, like, with Christian Bale, he actually does the full trilogy.
Yeah, yeah.
So at least you get a full bookend story.
Mm.
Had Michael Keaton gone on and done Batman Forever like initially planned, we don't know what we could have got. It could have been something different altogether.
Yeah.
But Tim Burton pulled out. Joel Schumacher took on, and then Michael Keaton was like, "No, fuck you, Joel. I'm not into this."
Gotcha, yeah.
Right. And you're going to see why. Okay. Oh, I'm so excited. Right. So we're going to be starting Batman. So obviously this is 1989 version. We have got Jack Nicholson, Michael Keaton, Kim Basinger, Pat Hingle, who is the best thing ever. And we're going to be going on from this one there. We've all seen it bar one.
Yep.
And we're going to go from there. So we're going to it's basically Jonathan's point of view that we're going to be getting from afterwards. And if he talks badly about it, he's out of my friends group.
I'm surprised I'm still in it after all this.
To be honest,
There must have been actual some good banter there for
The amazing thing is, everybody around me were like, "Oh my god, you're still friends with him." So that should tell you
That
how
should say
much.
so a
Like
lot,
that should
yeah.
literally say, because Batman is my shit
And you've only been talking about it for...
ever.
Yeah.
Like the fact that you like you didn't like the fact that you just didn't like pretend to have seen it like that. We should probably lower it down a little bit actually.
It should be okay. We'll see. Actually, I'll tell you.
I'd say
I'll use the
no.
trick. Now.
I don't know what he did, but I remember.
I have it.
But yeah, I'm very excited for this. This is probably one of Jack Nicholson's best roles. Like it is one.
The
of his
fucker is
best
still
roles.
making money from the thing.
I know. What?
Like,
Yeah.
Yes, he had the fucking smartest fucking
He had the
business
best thing
plan
in
ever.
it. He basically put it into his contract. It's like he gets money off everything off this.
Really?
He took a pay cut to do it.
And he said, "I will take a part of the
Commission,
merchandise
yeah.
commission from
I'll
the
take
That
I'll take royalties, I'll take
Yeah.
anything like
Yeah.
those fucking any sales, box office, like, and the fucker is still making money.
Yeah,
off
Yeah.
it.
like he knew exactly what he was
No.
like. Realistically, man knew what he was doing.
That is the smartest
Also-
fucking business plan.
Jack Palance as well for us in this, but Billy D.
Michael Gough.
Wallace in this sense here, like the reason
Billy
why
D. Williams.
Billy D. Williams, sorry, I said Wallace, sorry. The reason why he actually took on this to begin with is because he knew who Harvey Dent became Two-Face, and then they fucked him over in this as well.
Yeah.
Like they fucked him over royally, and I would have loved to have seen what way he would have done
What he would
Two-Face.
portray.
Had fucking Tim Burton stayed on it, he would have also still been in it, and I would love to have seen what he would have done with Two-Face.
Like, now, to be fair, in the last year, they've actually released a comic book self-titled as Batman '89, and they're also exploring the transformation of Billy D. Williams, like, into his Harvey Dent into Two-Face in the comics. So
Yeah, it's
finally,
not the same,
it's
though.
not the same. It is not the same, but at least, like, because keep in mind that Billy D. Williams is in his fucking 60s
I know,
or
but like this
something
is what I mean. It's like kind of having it doing it at the time. Like there's always the what ifs kind
Yeah.
of going to have with everything that they do. But
But that's what makes it fun for the likes of us, like to like, what would it have been like?
Yeah.
And then obviously you see the comic, but then okay, now I want to see this.
I want to see it. Yeah, it's the thing.
This would have been. Or,
Isn't another thing as well with like this is a Tim Burton trope anyway for his movies. His movies are always going to be really fucking dark, but it works so well in the DC kind of universe.
DC and Batman as well.
Like, the shit thing is with Tim Burton. Tim Burton has very vocally said that he hates superhero movies. Now, the fact of the matter is, he literally did probably 2 of the first and 2 of the best superhero movies.
Yeah.
There is, but he looks and he goes, they're not superhero movies. He doesn't look at these as superhero
they'd
movies.
be more character movies to him.
Not even that.
No?
No, he says, these are crime movies. There's nothing.
Yeah, I
he
can
goes,
see that.
This
Yeah.
is a crime. This is a crime filler film noir movie. He goes, that is not a superhero
Yeah,
movie.
that makes sense.
So this is how. But that thing is, so when you watch these movies, you're watching it in the this is a film noir mindset.
Yes.
You watch it in with.
Yeah.
Plus, you have one of the best soundtracks ever.
Danny Elfman, isn't it? And
No,
Prince.
no. Soundtrack is Prince.
Prince,
Prince
yeah.
did the whole
Prince
soundtrack.
did the whole soundtrack.
Yes.
Danny Elfman did the theme song.
The theme song, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But he did the themes. The soundtrack itself was done by Prince, and it's just beautiful. And the original soundtrack, which would be the Danny Elfman version with the orchestras and stuff, it is on Spotify. Or if you can't find it on Spotify, it's on YouTube. And it is magnificent. It is brilliant. And it's also as well, Gotham City is very much based on New York City as well, which doesn't really make any sense because you'll find out that they're celebrating the 200th anniversary basically of the formation of the city.
Oh.
It doesn't fit the time.
Yeah, it doesn't.
For it to have been
Even
in
it was there before New York City.
Exactly, in a sense there, but it just doesn't fit, like, but it's still quite good.
Oh, yes.
It just,
Like,
it's
just
like,
that.
but like the best thing about this is like, with regards to this one, they don't bother with the back. You're just thrown into it.
Yeah.
Like it's there. It's set off straight from right.
It will explain itself.
Exactly.
Yes.
Now you will get the backstory in it.
Yes.
And it's perfect because he actually brings it full circle in one movie.
Yeah.
Whereas Christopher, not get me wrong, Christopher Nolan does it very well in Batman Begins. But that is very much a. It is Batman Begins.
Yeah.
Resolve questions at the end of it.
Yeah, but like he has full intentions of answering those questions.
Yeah.
You're not left waiting. And like this was Michael Keaton's first proper, like,
Serious movie.
yeah, this was his first serious movie. So when Michael Keaton was announced for this, it was like the comedian and the comedy actor.
Yeah.
It was very much. He got what Heath Ledger got when he was. When Heath Ledger was cast as the Joker, he got the same treatment that Michael Keaton got. At the
I was going to say
Series.
it's like the reverse of Leslie Nielsen, where like his entire like
He was a
career.
serious actor, and then he turned comic.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's funny. Leslie Nielsen is not remembered for being a comedic actor, though, or for being a serious actor.
No, he's not. And yet
he's remembered as being a comedic actor only. If you were to go to Michael Keaton, not you, but chances are most people in the world would go to Michael Keaton, and it would either be for Batman or Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
You're not going to him or even Birdman, which again is a more serious role.
Yeah.
You're
I
not
get that,
going.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
not going to him because of these comedic roles. You're
No.
going to him because of the serious ones that you know him for.
In a way, like because they were kind of so out of his comfort zone, it's so like, in a way, it's so much more prominent.
This thing is, Michael Keaton is actually very underrated as an actor. Is the fact that people shove their nose up and saying that he can't do the role,
Yeah.
and him just being like, "Yes, I can." I love he just sat down after that.
I have no words. Good night, everybody.
Can you do it? Just imagine what like Lando would have been as Two-Face. What? Why are all your trench coats dirty? Have you all been with Leviathans?
To be fair, with the amount of trench coats, I'm kind of expecting Inspector Gadget to just pop on and go, oh, he's over there.
And 10. Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Imagine the fucking TARDIS just showed up. There's like suspension of belief, and then there's just now come on.
This is the crossover no one wanted.
Never said that.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see how the Doctor would deal with the Batman.
He's the one who probably gave him the idea for the Batcave.
You fucking did and all. Oh my god, you're right. It is much bigger on the inside.
I love you knowing the place.
Why is this one bat in a cage and the rest of them are free?
His name is Robin.
Right, you don't know the fucking sad history of Dick Grayson.
I know.
So,
No, I do know. I do know of it. Yes.
yeah, so don't disrespect the carnies like that.
That you provide.
It'd be a very, it'd be a different, very different watch. Like, in fairness, it would be a very different watch.
It wouldn't even be a watch. It would be me pausing the movie halfway through with a PowerPoint presentation.
That's it. So in this scene,
Me dissecting everything about it.
yeah,
This is the makeup girl's hand.
When it's true.
I was listening.
Yeah, you were, girl. we went to see Jaws, and at the Retro Drive-In, and as certain scenes were popping up, I was literally like you know when you have like the clip, like the paper clip on?
yes,
It looks like you're trying to me as if movie clip or movie fit trivia. The fake hand looked far too fake, so they actually have the makeup girl buried in the sand, so that's actually the real hand. Like when as a shark's meant to be in there.
And then when the fake hand shows up later, see, it just looks too fake.
It's like you can see actually how plastic it does look. Kim Basinger actually, she was meant to do the sequel for it, but she wasn't able to. I can't remember what the reasoning was for it. She didn't. I think there was something. I'm nearly sure Alec Baldwin was involved. No, I don't mean that in a bad way.
I know.
I mean,
It doesn't say like. So either way, it was Alec Baldwin.
no, it's because I'm nearly sure it was either something to do with they were either getting married or they were having Ireland. So she wasn't able to. So that's what I mean.
Okay.
That's what I mean when he's involved.
Yeah, yeah.
Hence why they got Michelle Pfeiffer, and Michelle Pfeiffer didn't want to do it because she was like, I don't want to do it because I'm dating the star.
Yeah.
And he had said that's not the reason why. Just trust me and go for it. And Michael Keaton got her cast in it, but she was very apprehensive about doing it. Was Jack Palance ever young?
That's a very good point. I mean, theoretically,
No. Like, was he ever young? Like, I imagine him and Morgan Freeman just came out of the womb as grown men at the age they are. Like when they died.
I think it's always that rule with like Patrick Stewart as well. It's like everyone just
Yes.
remembers him as a 40-year-old man. Where I'm fairly sure he has had a career.
He's still a 40-year-old man. He is still
He is starting to look old now.
40 plus.
But then again, he's like 83 now, and he's still doing roles. So you know. But in fairness, the only way you'd know that he is actually getting older is the fact that he's looking scrawnier and the voice is gone. They actually that beautiful kind of booming voice he has.
He also has a turkey neck now.
Yes. Shut up, Wesley.
We must actually watch Toy Soldiers. And I'm only thinking that just because he said Wesley.
Yeah.
I'm like thinking that actually would be perfect because at least we all get to watch him die a number of times.
That's true.
Like I don't watch Star Trek. I never have, but even I know Wesley's one to be hated.
He gets a bad rap.
Toy Soldiers is actually quite a good movie though. If you take off the ridiculousness of it, it's actually quite a good movie. Bunch of kids stuck in a boarding school. I mean, you've got Samwise Gamgee is leading the fucking trail of the whole situation. It's a good one. Probably one of the better known Tim Burton staples.
Yes.
Name a Tim Burton movie where you haven't seen Alfred in it. Even fucking Sleepy Hollow he pops up.
It's true, actually, yeah.
And this is also Michael Gott was never a young man either.
No, that's
Never a
another
young
example,
man.
yeah.
Oh, he died in 2011. He was born in 1916.
And other NES games.
The guy on the left just looks so uninteresting.
The mayor.
Yeah.
He's like, when's my line?
And it takes left.
And I'm gone.
And I'm done. Good night, everyone.
This. I love this so much. Like, I just love that. Oh my god. It's like, it makes no sense.
So the one guy in the in work when you realise
Oh.
they're the ones doing it. Oh, for fuck's
Who
sake.
made the coffee? Eckhart. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Who brought those donuts in? Eckhart, sir. Oh my
Well, he's
god.
clearly shitting them.
He's
Throwing them
probably
away.
licked every single one of them. He looks like a donut licker as well.
He looks like he licks everything.
The windows. How's he clean a mug? He spits in it, sir. Oh my god.
How he just casually just like
Strolls in.
strolls on.
This annoys me a little bit though, to an extent. Okay, so I'm gonna give Vicky Vale the benefit of the doubt here because she is not from Gotham City. The fact that Knox does not know that that's Bruce Wayne is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You work for the newspaper. You would have seen
Like-
Bruce Wayne everywhere. The fact that you don't know who he is means you do
you
not do your
think-
job.
Yeah, it's kind of thing where
So
like
his
you've
name
seen,
is on everything, but they don't see
they don't
him.
see him. Yeah.
They don't see him often enough to
Know who he is, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So that's where you can kind of give him the benefit of the doubt on it. Whereas it will make sense at the key point when they figure out who he is, sort of.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where it makes sense. But at the very beginning, when you consider that Bruce Wayne is the richest man in Gotham City, that his father is the one who helped build the town, so like he built the city, sort of thing. He
Yeah.
should be a well-known face. So I think Tim Burton does it in a sense of he's a recluse,
Yeah.
which is why, granted, okay, he was Batman at the time, and that's why he wasn't at the
At the
at the
press
charity,
conference. Yeah.
at the press conference. That's why his seat is empty.
Mm.
But it could also be an indication that when Bruce is meant to be at the scenes, he's as Batman.
Yeah.
It should be, where's the background noise from everyone in the casino
Yeah.
enjoying things?
If
Like
you're a billionaire, like you can
I just
you know
hear
people.
There's an entire production team behind him going like, okay, we cut out the buffer noise, sir.
like granted.
He needs a hacker friend.
No,
Who's there going, I've got the-
that's realistic. He probably doesn't actually. I mean, fucker went to probably the best schools in the world.
Yeah.
Realistically speaking, so he knows exactly what to do.
Mm.
Again, you'll find out more about Jack Napier's background in this as well, as to how the fuck the Joker is able to do what he does.
Yes.
They explain it as to why he's able to do what he does,
Yeah.
and it's nice. Like you don't really need to know,
Mm.
but it is a thought that Tim Burton puts into it because he's saying, I'm not doing it as a comic book thing. He's
Yeah.
doing it as an actual film. You need to know why they're able to do this.
Yeah, no, the logic holds out because, like, I mean, in a sense, what else would you be doing for your first act as well? Like, it's still an introductory part, so unless you're doing a story that everyone knows already, if you're, as it were, doing your own narrative and your own story,
Which, bearing in mind, Tim
start
Burton does not
introducing.
know the story of Batman.
and in his sense, probably a good thing too because he's throwing his own perspective on it instead. He's
Yes
doing his
and
own
no,
vibe.
because he brings someone into the Batcave where he shouldn't. That's a big fucking no-no that Batman would never do.
Yeah,
And that's ridiculous. And it's one of those parts when it happens, you're like, what the fuck is this?
yeah, yeah.
What the fuck are you doing? That would never happen.
I see.
And it's annoying because that's the point for someone who is such a fan
Yeah, yeah.
of the comic, and you do know the character because you've read it for so long. You're like, that's ridiculous, and that's where it shows you don't know this character.
Yes.
And that's where times like that where it does shows. But because he's done it in such a way, it does take you out of it enough that you can kind of forgive it because it's not really a comic book movie.
Because he's built up enough goodwill in the movie to
exactly,
say,
yeah, you let him away with it, but
Yes.
you're not happy with it. Yeah, you do. Go on to Pat Hingle. I fucking love Pat Hingle in these movies. He gets so much camper as they go on, but I fucking love him. He is a very good Commissioner Gordon.
Like what was saying, like Mike Keaton is heavily regarded as like the best all round. Like he's good at Bruce Wayne, but he's also very good as Batman. Whereas like you had Val Kilmer, who's a brilliant fucking Bruce Wayne.
Brilliant, but he's a shit
but
Batman.
shit Batman. George Clooney is a good Bruce Wayne, but shit Batman. Like Christian Bale.
He's a very good Batman. Shit Bruce Wayne. Ben Affleck actually did well on both.
Like Christian Bale for the first one, yes.
Actually,
as both.
Yeah, he was a better Bruce Wayne in Batman Begins than he was Batman. But then again, it's really good how he is a shit Batman because he was only starting.
Yeah.
And I don't mean Christian Bale was. Batman was only starting, so it makes sense for him not to have everything down to a T. By the time it gets to the end, you're kind of like you kind of have now just morphed into Batman, and you have just become Batman in a sense, and that's fine. I guess.
Ben Affleck, like,
Ben
to
Affleck
me,
did
is
actually quite well.
He was perfect for what that role required.
Yeah.
He's an older Bruce Wayne.
He-
He was an older, more aggressive.
Batman. Do you know what? I'm gonna throw it out there. I liked Ben Affleck as Batman.
So did
I liked it. I thought it was really good casting.
I said it before that, like on the podcast.
Yeah.
I thought-
I think that was, like, I'll be honest, spot on casting. I think they did really well with it.
Because not only that, you have a comic fan who knows the
Yeah,
character.
he knows what he's doing. It's a shame. I think the thing is with Ben Affleck suffered the same that Ryan Reynolds suffered with. So they were cast as superheroes and their movies bombed, and immediately it was like no matter what they were going to be attached to afterwards, they were fans kind of assumed. I say fans. Audience were just kind of, I'm basing this on what I saw in Green Lantern, and I'm basing this on what I saw in Daredevil.
What's also funny is
But
that
thankfully both of them, they were blown out of proportion, and you got to actually see it for what it truly was, and it was decent movies.
But what's
decent
also
characters.
funny is that like both of them started out.
Apologist.
No, both of them started out with the opposite companies.
Yes, and then yeah.
And then when they switched over,
They did so much better,
That's
yeah.
when they did better.
This is also an excellent point to make.
Like that subtlety there is like both of them look.
It's actually something I need to point out. Michael Keaton can't turn his head.
Yes.
Yeah, I noticed that.
He cannot turn. He has to turn the whole body.
Yeah.
That's because of the suit.
I was about to say, it's because the suit is so fucking...
The suit is quite rubber.
Yes, it's complete
And
rubber, yeah.
It is very much all rubber, and he cannot move his head at all.
You couldn't hear much.
He couldn't hear anything either, what was going on. So an awful lot of Michael Keaton's acting is basically he's just doing on instinct because he cannot hear what Tim Burton's telling him.
Yeah.
Right, which is excellent. But it's very funny in a sense. When Val Kilmer took over the role, he had said, I want to be able to, he goes, I need to be able to turn around, I can't. So they changed the suit and he's able to turn his head in it.
Yeah.
In the Christopher Nolan trilogy, Batman makes reference, Christian Bale's Batman makes references to Batman Returns and Batman Forever by saying, the suit's not right, I need to be able to turn my head.
Yeah.
And he makes reference to it, and they change it and they adapt it to it.
That's pretty
And
cool.
it's a nice little nod to the every Batman costume that's come before me. Sort of
Yeah.
thing. They make reference
He's
to the fact-
optimised it, yeah.
Exactly. He's like, this doesn't work.
Yes.
I need to be able to turn my head because he can't. Whereas you'll notice it every time Batman in this and the next one turns around, his entire body turns.
Yeah.
Because he can't just go turn it. It's very good. And you will also get to see Michelle Pfeiffer in a vacuum-packed catsuit.
Vacuum packed is right.
Yeah, that's another
Jesus.
thing. They could only shoot for 15 minutes at a time with her because she
Oh, I
couldn't
don't
breathe.
blame her, yeah.
Because she was like, I can't breathe in this.
Yeah.
So they could only shoot every 15 minutes and then they'd have to stop and get her out of the suit for 20.
Yeah.
Let her breathe, go in toilet, and then put her back into a suit and vacuum pack her in again. Like the way you're Winnie the Pooh and in your word. Remember that day when you showed me the vacuum pack? Yeah, that was Michelle Pfeiffer. And you felt bad for them and they were fucking teddies. I just think that poor woman felt
Yeah.
Was that pretty? Yeah.
It's gonna go again.
We're sorry if you know, MASH being filmed outside is interfering with the audio.
Suicide is painless. She's already been to your house, Bruce. You don't need to ask her this. Small talk is not your forte.
No. Especially when you're like quite literally on polar opposites.
He has the comedic timing.
He does. He actually does.
Michael Keaton is the best choice to play Batman. He was the best choice to play Batman.
There was young Master Bruce, leading his grey body that me a mince man, like a sack of old potatoes covered in mud, nursing a serene head. That was the first and last time I gave him a private lesson. Well, I think I've embarrassed him for long enough. But please leave everything until you. Good night, sir.
That's not the kitchen they're in, by the way. That's Alfred's section of the house. They went to Alfred's section of the house. That's why he tells them just leave everything.
Yeah.
I'll deal with it in the morning.
Oh.
So I think it's a sense there. It's another thing for Bruce Wayne. He doesn't feel comfortable in his own home. He goes to spend time with Alfred.
Yeah. Well, that's always the kind of takeaway. The Batman character was always inherently a lonely character. But then again, I suppose most superheroes are inherently.
But this thing is though, with Batman, they don't portray him like that though.
Well, in essence, they really should portray him more like that, shouldn't
How
they?
would you know? You've never watched them.
No, but like I'm kind of going from my own kind of like tidbits I have.
Yeah.
Where, like, that is like.
You've made an opinion of something
Yeah.
though, but you should really actually watch them or read them because he's not actually that as a character.
Yeah. Fair enough. I'm just like I said, it was literally just from my own like basic knowledge of the character.
Which is not.
That's just in basic. Basic.
None.
Christ on a bike, you.
Basic is it would actually be that you've read a number of the comics.
Oh, no chance of that.
Then you don't have a basic understanding. You have a guessing.
Yes. Okay. Guess then.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Your guesswork.
Pedant.
Don't come at me with my boy.
He's just baiting you now at this point.
I know what makes it even worse. It's working, but I am not going to let him have a big man in this because I will be able to tear him down.
I know.
I love the way she goes, I know. Kira's like, I've heard this argument before, I've seen you do it.
Yeah.
Okay, I know you're capable of doing it. This also makes it worse than me and you were laughing like they were wrong. I think that she had her own joke. I laughed. You're doing it now.
You understand that the nerves were completely severed, Mr. Baker. See what I have to work
That's me and Kira in her own.
Yeah. Like, you can see where I came from, can't you?
Oh, shut up complaining, bitch. You're going to get your hole. You gotta work
As
for
if
it.
you weren't used to walking in heels.
Yeah.
Yeah, just work for it, okay? All you're working up is like 14 flights of stairs, that's it. Oh my god, it is quite terrifying. It's like everything's done in the shadows. It's like you're waiting for it to happen and it's not happening
You
yet.
can see the
Oh,
slight
you can see it,
outline.
yeah.
You can see this figure.
You
Yeah.
can see the smile.
And as you can see, I'm not
The music.
Yeah.
Do you notice the way he said, I've been dead once before and I found it kind of liberating? Do you notice the stitching on his there? That's normally where an embalming would be. That's where
Yeah.
they drain the blood from the body. So it's a sense of that's where they have to drain the chemical. Also, note to men out there, don't watch women while they sleep. It's creepy as fuck. Especially when you wake up suddenly and then you just see someone's eyes just
Hello.
staring at you. It's creepy as hell. I've had it happen to me once. I had a really vivid nightmare, not nightmare, dream, and I just shut my eyes open. I just saw a particular bloke was just staring at me, and I went, "What the fuck are you doing?" He goes, "You look so peaceful." And I was like, "Don't be staring at me as I sleep." And then I just grabbed my stuff and left. I was like, "Because if he does it then, he does it other times."
Yeah.
It's just weird.
That's the kind of person that kisses with their eyes open.
It is,
That's-
and
that's
it's
a psycho
fucking, that's
test.
weird. That is
That's a psycho
psycho.
test.
That is a
Yeah.
psycho. If you kiss with your eyes open, you have issues.
Yeah.
Like serious issues.
Speaking of issues.
This was
That's a
another,
good core.
that was another thing as well, where people were like, "You wouldn't do that at all."
No.
Like at all. Like that's not something that you do. Whereas Tim Burton's like, "Well, I thought it would be something different," and Michael thought it would be something good to put in. That was Michael's idea. He's like, he can't sleep, so he'd work out. He's like, no, you ho showing.
It's nice to see you again.
He's like, the smell of sex off you.
Oh, look at you. Walk of shame, is it?
Walk of shame or the stride of pride?
Any seconds?
To be fair, look at the way it's like, ooh.
To be fair, it's Kim Basinger. You do the same.
8.5 out of 10.
Honey, you'll never believe what happened to me today.
Because it's makeup on top. It's.
I was going to say it's 2 layers, isn't it?
It's makeup on top of makeup.
Yeah, you can kind of see it from the lighting of it.
And he has to wipe off one layer of makeup without disrupting the other layer of makeup.
Yeah.
This also scared the shit out of me to the extent where anytime someone came through one of those stupid joy buzzers, I would not go anywhere near them. Like, I'm really sure this is just Jack Nicholson being himself.
Yeah.
Like, Angelica Houston was probably watching this and being like, yeah, this is why me and you broke up, dude.
Everyone's going, finally everyone gets to see the real Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, she's probably like, fine, whereas everyone's like, oh my god, this is Oscar-worthy material, like, you're amazing. The priest / Goldberg. It was a real, like, do not wipe it off
Yeah,
too much
just do
because
enough,
he's
yeah.
already started to go through the white now
Yeah.
as well.
He did kind of stop himself halfway
Yeah.
there, didn't he, and just get on with it.
You know for a fact that there's someone on the makeup crew like this behind the camera. Stop, like, you've done enough.
Like, fuck.
Well, either way, all that was going to have to be coming off anyway after this one scene. But
Yes.
imagine having to do all of this makeup and then put another look
I know,
just to
yeah.
get that one scene.
Like, you'd love to know how many takes that took so that every single time they have the 5. That's not bad.
But the fact that, like, this was the take, even you notice, like, when he's putting the handkerchief away,
Yeah.
it pops out, he has to quickly...
Yeah,
quickly
yeah,
put it back
yeah.
in
But
again.
he kept going.
He does a very good Jack Palance impression there. And then he just like, you fucking idiot.
The tone shift.
It's so
Music.
good. Like the music, this is what I was talking about when I was like, I always said to you, like, remember what Jaws is, but Jaws does the exact same thing. It's very much, certain directors, they use music is basically,
Yes.
is another character in their movie.
Definitely.
And Jaws does it really good because the music basically had to play the shark when
Yeah.
it wasn't working. And TV wise, what does it really, really well? Game of Thrones.
Because we...
Game of Thrones did it
yes.
excellently, is that the music of Game of Thrones became a character in itself.
We say that a lot in, when we're doing, myself and Jerry doing the reviews for Trek episodes. Oftentimes what they do is, if you get the music wrong though, it's really obvious.
Yeah.
And it takes a shine off the entire episode.
I'm gonna throw it back onto Supernatural there for a minute.
Yeah.
That's something that they do really well with their recaps
Yes.
for each series. So at the end of every series, obviously it's always the same song. It's always Kansas.
Yes.
But when the start of a new series, the song that they use is basically a prelude of what's after happening.
Yeah.
And it's obviously, the majority of the time it is going to be, because Led Zeppelin is too fucking expensive.
Yeah.
It's always AC/DC.
It's always variations of the theme in a sense.
It's not, no, there is no
No?
theme song. They don't have, that's the
No,
thing,
what I
it
mean,
doesn't
like
have a
yeah,
theme,
yeah.
But it's the theme of what has become, what's
Yes.
been before them. And it works so well. And even in the episodes,
Yeah.
some of the music that they have in it, for the actual soundtrack that they've come up with and stuff, it works so well.
Yeah.
Especially when one of them's about to fucking die. The softer version of the Supernatural theme, so to speak, works. And you're just like, ugh! It hurts. Like, it physically hurts.
Yeah. But it's only fresh in my mind because we were only watching an episode yesterday, and literally the first thing you hear before any dialogue, before any things, is the shrill of the orchestra going. So immediately you know from the
You're
episode
in,
shit's
yeah.
going down.
Oh yeah.
Bad
you're
shit's
in it.
happening, and the music does not let up from start to finish. It's like, even as a TV episode, it's one of the best scores I think you'll ever get in TV.
Yeah.
That episode of Star Trek, it's incredible.
I'm tired now as well.
Like, you can see the roses. Like, pick them up.
Because she doesn't. She's not from here. She hasn't got.
She actually, she doesn't have a.
She's at this point.
breeze at all.
She's just really like, what the fuck is going on here? Like,
Yeah.
What is you? What is you? What's up with you?
Christian gave you all his businesses. Mr. Person asked me, as a personal favor, to take over the operation of his businesses until he returns. That's a pretty big favor. You two must have been very close. Did you do a little time together as children?
It's the best Knox line ever. He's such a shitty character, Knox. You're kind of like, fuck off. Yeah, you can imagine how difficult this was for me as a child to watch.
Fuck off, Mimes.
But you can imagine how difficult for this would have been for me to watch as a child. But the fact that I'm able to watch this movie over and over again, just this should be an indication of how good it is.
Yes.
As opposed, like, my fear takes a fucking backseat.
Yeah, you're. It's not the sense of it, it's a separation of it.
I fucking need to be after what these pricks do.
True.
I fucking hate them anyway. The mimes are shit. You're the lowest form of fucking performance art.
Yeah.
I will take a statue over a mime.
It's just more of them. It's like, why are they multiplying?
Because they've been in my nightmares.
Mm.
This is like legit. This is actually a legit nightmare I have.
I don't know why, but it's just like it's always.
You
been
will
like,
see why this is a legit nightmare. I
yeah,
have.
no. In fairness.
This is important. Signed in his own blood with this pen.
Oh, nice.
The pen. It's truly mightier than the sword. And that is a recurring nightmare that Amy has. Thank you,
guns.
Tim Burton.
Mind your guns, mind your guns, it's mind your guns.
Every time in the nightmare, they are full on clowns.
Ah.
Yeah.
In fairness, there's not much of a difference.
This is a legit recurring nightmare that I have.
Okay, it may have come from this movie.
Well, it started when I was 5.
Yes.
And I would have seen this first time in 1995. So yeah, this is. I have talked to a psychiatrist regarding. And she has said, yeah, that does actually sound like where it stems from. But the fear of clowns was already there.
Yeah, it was. This just reinforced it.
This gave me a recurring nightmare
yeah.
to have them, and I had a similar recurring one to this in this house when I fell asleep that time during Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, you told us about that. That was touch and go because I could have got a slap to the face.
Oh, I nearly punched you out.
I know. Someone had to take the risk.
Should not have touched me. My favourite line is coming up.
World you live in, where a man dressed up as a bat gets all of my press. This town needs an emblem.
My favourite line of all time.
It's not that. It was just a. There's like no reason for that. Sorry, that is not how an enema works.
According to Foxy, he wouldn't mind giving her a ride.
Oh, I've thought of it many times.
Oh, it's a 5 out of 10. Oh, will I get it to the 9? Hoorah!
Oh, that's a lovely bit of crumpet.
Oh, crumpets.
I wouldn't mind waiting her table.
It's so disturbing, isn't it?
And Kira's gone.
He just punched you in the face for it.
That is actually as violent as Kira gets.
Kira's too tired to actually do a funny. It was as if it was in slow motion. It was like.
Go away, out of face. No.
That is as aggressive as Kira gets.
I've seen her get aggressive. It's very.
Like the sound of somebody eating with their mouth open, or like, yeah, just.
Kira, go like this. What's it feel like?
I don't know.
Oh, you will. I'll say it to you in the car. Because someone pointed out to me and she goes, go like that with your tongue.
Yeah.
And rub it. And she goes, what does it remind you of? It's a rude thing. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Isn't it disgusting?
You disgust me.
The fact that you know what it is. Okay, we're just gonna put you through. Do you want me to get Tina?
I don't think that would help.
It's once you realise that's what it is, you're like, oh my god. Feels like a dick. People are doing it, yeah.
Feels like a dick.
If a bloke does it and doesn't realise what it is, it's literally the same texture as what a dick feels like.
The more you know.
I can't wait until the camera's off and I see you and Foxy going, oh my god, it does!
That's amazing. Never mind.
That's ridiculous. There's no way it feels like that. There was a TikTok. The reason why I said it to you, I was watching TikToks, and it was like, apparently it was a TikTok trend, but no one ever voices what it actually is. And there was this one Indian girl, she does it, and she goes, I don't understand, like I don't get what it means. So she gets her elderly mother to do it, and her mother doesn't. She goes, oh my god, it feels like your father's penis. And the girl just kind of goes, and then the penny drops. But that's literally what the whole thing is. It's just like like the way it feels, sort of thing. And it was very funny just watching her face of realization, and the mother being like, feels like your father's penis. He was into scrapbooking before. It was really cool.
Yeah. To be fair, he has it down to an art form. The whole floor, his floor is a scrap for him.
We is getting shit done now. Access Chemicals.
Because Acme was taken.
Actually, in the Arkham games,
Peace.
it's all.
It's all.
And any of the Batman games that you go on to, anytime they have to do anything with the chemicals and shit like that, excuse me, they always go back to Access Chemicals.
Peace.
It's Access. AIXIS. AXIS.
In the Arkham games, it's Ace.
Oh, it's Ace. Oh shit! One of the games does have it as Access,
Yeah,
isn't
as
it?
a reference to.
As a reference
Yes,
to
that's what it is. Sorry, yes, thank
I
you.
think that's the.
It's the first one.
No, I think that's the fucking.
It's the one with Penguin.
I think that's the Lego. The Lego one actually does it.
Yeah, maybe. But I knew one of them definitely did it.
Through Gotham's shopping nightmare. We are going to have a festival if I have to get a shot.
Sure you fucking are, Larry Vaughn. Sure you are.
Yeah, at that point, you're just in denial. It's like, fuck, I just want my parade.
That's the thing. That's where it's very Jaws.
Yes.
It's like, yeah. And we told her that when she was alive. And she laughed like him as well. It was a real, like... like, she had that laugh.
Yeah.
And what was even better, my uncle, or my granddad, Joe, absolute spitting image of Commissioner Gordon again from 60s Batman. So we were, me and Paul, my brother, used to always be like, it's amazing that the Joker and Commissioner Gordon married each other.
Him also explained that like the roots for Batman go very deep into your family, apparently.
It was just very funny.
I don't think you just go for a deep family tree and go, oh well, there's Val Kilmer.
It was just very funny because when we used to watch the 60s Batman and we used to like, Grandad would be sitting in the chair behind us and he knew because all the grandkids all said to him, goes, you look like Commissioner Gordon, like you look like Chief Commissioner Gordon. And he used to always lap it up and he thought it was very funny. And then one day when we saw the Joker and I went, oh my god, it's Nana. And he was never one, like he was always a very stoic man.
Yeah.
Like he was never one, and that was the first time I heard him laugh. Like actually properly hearty laugh. And Nana came in, she was like, what's so funny? Doesn't matter, it's fine, doesn't matter. He never told her and then we told her after a while and she found it highly insulting.
Yeah.
Every time that she'd laugh, she realised, oh god, I do sound like him.
Well, you tried. Oh, that's a sore one to take.
Such a waste of words.
Yeah.
Come on, get that soundtrack on. Whenever you're ready. Come on, Goldberg. Get a print of it.
Yeah.
Amazing what Jack Nicholson is able to do is would you ever see him like the bucket list or like about Schmick or something like that or whatever or As Good as It Gets. right? They're very as good as it gets. It's not comedy, but it is a comedy. If you get me, he plays a character who suffers with like OCD. Greg Kinnear is his neighbour. He's portraying like a gay man who gets viciously beaten. And Jack Nicholson happens to be his neighbour, and he needs someone to take care of the dog while he's stuck in hospital. And Jack Nicholson, because he's the only one around, is the one that has to take care of the dog, and he hates it. And it's basically like how he's able to fix himself. Sort of thing, but Helen Hunt helps him as well as some part of it as well. Like it's kind of like the love interest. It's actually quite a good movie, and it's so un Jack Nicholson as well.
Yeah,
it's just like holy shit! Like the man can actually do other roles than just this, but he's so good at playing psycho.
Yeah,
and to the extent where when you watch him play certain ones, you're like thinking, I don't even know if you're acting or not.
Do you think The Shining typecasted him a little bit?
I think he did that himself.
Yeah. That's what I'm not too sure, because
bearing in mind, I mean, he did Easy Rider, which was very kind of more a comedic trope for him.
That's what I'm not too sure. Like,
if you're gonna say, you can't really turn around and say that he was typecast by one movie. Typecast, no. You've done it a few times.
Yes.
So for you. To
so it was the start of it. It was the case of like, well, we know he's so good at this.
It's like, see, this thing is, it's like, I think it's more along the lines of you're actually better at playing the psycho than you are at playing this.
Yeah.
But I mean, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. He was very good at that. He's not playing a psycho in that.
Yeah.
He's playing a criminal. Which
he's
is
a con
different.
man that basically like has ends up getting sent to a mental institution instead.
Yeah. Well, that's what he chose. Like he wanted to be sent to the institute. He didn't. He just thought it would be easier. And then that bitch, Nurse Ratched, was there.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Billy in that when he fucking sits. Ugh. Anyway, they actually had the extras in that movie are all mental patients. They were all actual patients in it. They were all extras on it. The real shit part about that is the chief has a much bigger role in the book, and they completely watered it down, and it's shit. It's like Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
They had said Tom Hanks would never be cast in Philadelphia because he was too much a comedic actor.
Yes.
Motherfucker blew that shit out of the water. To the extent where they looked at him like, holy shit, why were we not looking at you for more dramatic roles?
Yeah.
This is what did it for Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton did this, and they're like, holy shit, you're actually a dramatic actor.
Yeah, it's and again, it's a case of like, we're so used to you as this one thing.
He tells her after you fucking lift off the fucking ground.
I'm sure I don't have to tell you this, but, you know, just in case.
I drop. I don't have that type of fucking upper arm strength. I don't have that. Like, realistically, I mean, I'd be way too depressed living in Gotham City. I'd be like, nah, fuck that, dude. Let me. At this point, I'd be like, fucking take me.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Get in the car. Which one? The fucking giant black one. Like the one that's shaped like a bat. I love that.
The one that's built off the chassis of an Impala.
That'd be my car.
I would give anything. I just want to sit in it.
Like, I've seen an actual replica of the car.
I just want to sit in it. That's all I want is a photo of me sitting in it.
It's only for display. You couldn't get into it.
I would give anything just to be able to sit in that Batmobile.
The fact that they gave a practical way to take these tours.
Yes.
Well, because they knew, oh shit, it's very restricted on touring.
Yeah.
As I say, that car, like, but in theory, can only go in a straight line.
Yeah.
With that wheelbase, it ain't fucking taking sharp turns.
I also love as well, it's like, it's very, the car pile-ups in any superhero movie, it always reminds me just so much of the Blues Brothers.
Yeah, Blues Brothers is what I got there.
Yeah.
Everything's like, and another car.
Blues Brothers have I think they actually stand for like the most amount of cars in one pile-up.
Another one that comes to mind is the French Connection. Where
Blues
like
Brothers
everyone
has more.
no, Blues Brothers is more, but the problem with the French Connection is that all the cars come in like a second too late. It's like, how the fuck are these people able to drive? You can see the pile up and you still just plough in anyway.
Yeah. Manure. I hate manure. I don't care, it has to be done. Like, here's another thing as well that you gotta give the Joker his dues on this one. Motherfucker got merchandise for his
He
men.
got his brand out
He got
fairly
them
well.
jackets.
Yeah.
He got them.
He got his gang cars
Liar,
sorted.
right? He got his cars. He
Yeah.
got them fucking cars, color coded.
Yeah.
He got them jackets.
Yes.
He got them hats, sunglasses. He probably got them a fucking health plan.
Just
They
that
formed
bit
a
there, like,
union.
where he's
Pension, yeah.
it's another shot of him just like that.
Yeah.
It's like I just picture fucking mall rats like
Stingy boochies. Where does he get those wonderful toys?
Yeah.
Now, I'm sorry. Alright, I'm sorry. But any other woman has dropped them and fallen to their death.
now. That shot, the first shot to the chest, but the second one was definitely lower body.
Oh,
Yes.
God, it was lower body, yeah.
Some kind of body on him. He's human after all.
Of course he's fucking human, you idiot. Look at those jackets, they're amazing.
They are beautiful.
Like, he got his brand out there. You aren't seeing this is another thing as well. Like, they're actually not seeing it. It's a very knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah.
Also, as well, he got them half berets, half fedoras. So that's a real like pick which hat you like.
Yes.
And that
you
get
have a
to use
choice.
that one.
You go for
Exactly,
what
he
you
gave them
believe
a
in.
choice.
Yes.
You want the 5-panel snapback here? You take the 5-panel snapback. You know Kung Fu? Go that can be your fucking skill. You do it. Okay, you go do you. Joker supported his staff. That's very Indiana Jones.
To be fair.
Excellent.
Fucking moonsault bump.
Yeah.
Come on, Bob. I love it. Bob's like, yeah.
But at least
done.
he was smart
Yeah, he's
enough
smart.
to know.
He
it's
knew
like,
that
yeah.
he knew not to do shit.
No.
Fight another day.
Shields up.
This is the most we've talked at a weekend of Amy's, and I'm so excited. So I think it's just me and Foxy are just really enjoying the education. Thank God you were actually just a straight line away from him.
That does actually help.
Not gonna lie, I do love those like action shots of the car.
Oh, it's so sexy and sleek.
Oh, really? Let's go. Stop.
She's a fucking Jedi.
Just like,
Danny Elfman!
Yeah.
This is very nightmare. This is very nightmare before
I was about to say, yeah.
like this is your actual Tim Burton.
Yeah. So it's almost a signature of sorts.
I have to admit now, my favourite one is when he realises who Joker is, and that music, the score that plays when he figures out, it's my favourite thing ever. You'll hear when it's coming on, like you'll know it's my favourite score out of the entire movie. I will listen to it on repeat all the time. It's my favourite one.
What I also found funny is that like, through the course of the different movies, there was always different ways to get to the Batcave.
Yeah.
Well, there's actually a logical reasoning as to that. Wayne Manor is not in Gotham City. It's
Yeah.
outside of Gotham City, right? So you have to imagine this as the series' progression, as the time is changing. There's more buildings being built up outside.
Yeah,
Like,
Gotham
you
City's
have to-
expanded.
He has like
Yeah.
basically a tunnel system.
which is brilliant in the sense it's like, okay, I can't go the same way I used to go, so we're gonna have to go a different route.
Yeah.
I love that because it actually sticks to it actually sticks to like what's going on. I didn't know what you were doing. All I saw was this. I was like, you are right here. Like,
She's going through China withdrawals.
it's like, have you got a finger trap on your fingers and you're just trying to get it off?
There's a
Like
room
Mr.
for that, for God's
Like
sake.
Uncle Fester, yeah, either the bathroom or the bedroom, and I'm sure you're welcome in both. I feel so sorry for this one bat. Just stuck in the cage. It's like, yeah, I call this one Bitey.
I call this one Tina.
Like how tiny that platform is for the car.
I don't think he can call it Tina because then it would just sound like he named her after a bitter ex. Dark brown, blonde hair. Beautiful hazel eyes.
Mm.
Just a hint of racism and sexist
Yes.
tendencies.
But again, also like what we were talking about there, like not only did we have different ways of getting to the Batcave, but also the Batcave also got improved.
Oh, it
Yes.
got so
Over
much
time.
better. Not like he made it safer.
Mm.
Because right now the Batcave has an awful lot of ledges where you could just walk.
Oh
off
yeah,
and die.
it's health and safety came in and go, right, well, what you need is...
Well, realistically, that's why only Alfred and Bruce are ever in there.
And
Yes.
it's probably Alfred who told him this needs to change.
Alfred was like, look, Bruce, I was absolutely shit-faced one night and I nearly fell off the ledge.
This is how it works. It's like, look, Bruce, if you're going to have guests in the Batcave, all I'm saying is add a fire exit.
Makes sense, actually, now that Alfred was the one.
Now, like he's actually explaining
What's
How-
going on.
Yeah.
How
what's going on
Joker's
and
doing
how
it.
Joker is doing it.
Because he figured it out. He tested it because Batman is a scientist.
Yes?
Friend or foe? I have given a name to my pain. Mysterious figure. It is back here and disappear.
So now we've all
Ah,
fallen
this
asleep.
show-
That is showing no good. Yeah!
You must possess strength to inflict pain, Bob. We've got a flying mouse to kill, and I want to clean my claws. Sir, Miss Baird, dare I suggest that your present course of action might simply strengthen her desire?
Also, could it kill you to put in a goddamn railing?
And if I may say so, quite special. Perhaps you could try telling her.
Jesus, Alfred.
He's a sassy old man,
I
isn't
slept with her once.
he? No sex
You
before
also
marriage,
brought her back to
Mr.
the Batcave, which is
Wayne.
more of an indication.
Hmm?
That he brought her back to the back is more of an indication.
Technically, Alfred brings her back to the Batcave. Batman brought her back
Mm.
to give her evidence. He brought her in the back passage. He didn't bring her into the main entrance.
Oh, wow.
Alfred's the one that fucks up there.
Mm.
Dick. Also, Vicky, you're not a 14-year-old girl. Get rid of the braid. All that's missing is a fucking feather.
Fucking size the apartment.
Yeah, and like she's only moved here. Bitch, how much are you making? Like, are the rent in Gotham that fucking low?
Mm.
Because so many people are either dying or leaving.
That's what to say.
Man, the fucking rent. I would move to Gotham just for the rent at this point. It's got a very high crime rate.
I'd take my chances.
It has a very high crime rate. I know. I mean, like the Joker, the Riddler, Two-Face, Catwoman, Penguin, Killer Croc, Mad Hatter, Dr. Freeze, Poison Ivy. What's your point? Man-Bat? Again, I'm actually kind of okay with all this. I mean, there's an awful lot of vigilantes as well. It's like, have you seen them in their outfits? Hell yeah, bitch, bring me on. Alright,
I refuse to be scared of a man in a rubber suit. Give me that 3-bedroom apartment.
The Riddler? Bitch, please. Chances are he doesn't even know how to play chess. My one weakness.
Kisses. Okay, I was always more of a drafts fan. I'm sorry.
Drafts, Jesus. Oh my god, checkers, my friend.
Oh, my legs.
Oh, that's better. That's much better. It's not much better, but it's better. Like the much was a bit of a lie. I think I need to pee again.
That was actually one entire stream of consciousness, wasn't it?
Yeah,
You actually just verbalised your thoughts there for a full 30 seconds.
I do need to pee again.
That was impressive. I've never seen that happen before.
That's unusual. She does that quite often.
I do do that quite often. I did do.
It's with the sigh of suffering.
It's just like, oh god.
I'm trying to wake myself back again. I got too comfy.
That's the worst thing about that couch, is that it's so fucking comfortable.
Imagine finding an actor with that likeliness.
Yes, that is... that's dead on,
Isn't it
isn't it?
very good?
That's fantastic, yeah.
So this is how you know that he never actually looked at the comic books.
Okay. So you'd have to film the end here now, unfortunately.
Literally, Thomas and Martha Wayne are killed just by a random person. It's not the Joker that
It's not the
actually
Joker,
kills them.
okay.
It's done purely just for this movie,
Right.
just to kind of tie it in, to kind of give it some like little kind of turnaround.
It's a case of like, oh, that's where I know him from type of deal, is it? Or is it a case like he knows us already?
The only reason why he realises it's him is because he asked him as Bruce Wayne, "Do you ever dance with the devil in the payment of
Yeah.
light?" And it's a nice way of it's a nice turnaround to do it.
Yes.
This is also something that Alfred would never fucking do. Alfred would not bring her down to the
Yeah.
Batcave and basically yeah, it is Bruce. This is why he's fucked up. This is why he's not answering your phone. This is why he's ghosting you. Basically. Like, Alfred wouldn't do that because in Alfred's mind, Alfred doesn't want anyone else involved in this.
Yeah, of course. Like, it makes sense because like his kind of, again, from my understanding of the character, his directive is more to protect the Wayne family and Bruce himself.
It's more at this point, it's just kind of to protect Bruce.
The legacy. No?
No, just Bruce.
Just Bruce. No,
yeah.
his main job, his only job in this is to protect Bruce at all costs.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if the name gets dragged through, as long as Bruce is okay. That's all that mattered.
Gotcha.
Think back to that scene earlier on where they were eating dinner.
Yeah.
Alfred's apartment.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, he goes along with this because it's what Bruce wants to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Alfred will go ahead with it
Yeah.
because, okay, if this is what Bruce wants to do, then I will support him in doing it. And he does
Gotcha.
it that way.
Yeah.
Like, I do like in the fact that in the Nolan trilogies, you have Lucius Fox. So it makes a little bit more sense as Bruce and Alfred can't really do this by themselves. They do need another man who knows the technology,
Yes.
who knows how to do it, and he can do it himself. And that's where you have Lucius Fox, and it makes more sense than to have the three of them are kind of in it together, as opposed to just one man and his butler.
Yes, I get that. That does make sense. Yeah.
Oh God, he's got green eyes. I'm only really noticing it there now.
Because he hadn't got black underneath him.
Yeah.
25% of the population of the world have green eyes.
For a long time I did have green eyes, but they faded over time. I had green eyes myself, but it's kind of that thing where like it kind of is more faded over time. Yeah.
It's a mutation, so technically they shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
It's a biological mutation, so if you have green eyes, it's a mutation in your DNA.
Mine is kind of like not green, but it's not.
They're kind of like it's certain lights they're green and certain lights they're brown.
Yeah.
It's very funny because in our family we're blue-eyed, but my dad is brown, so technically none of us should have blue eyes. We should all be brown-eyed kids. But
Well, no.
Yeah, recessive gene as well.
well, see that's the thing is, right? So everyone on my dad's side of the family are all brown.
Yes.
My dad, my granny, my granddad, my aunts and uncles are all brown.
Yeah.
On my mum's side, only her is blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, all her kids are blue-eyed.
Yeah.
Right?
So he must have carried the blue gene.
Yes.
Yeah, so we actually traced it back to great-great-grandmother had blue eyes. So it skipped that many generations before it showed in us, and my biology teacher tried to convince me that my mother had cheated on my dad.
Okay, that person does not understand the source material.
Right?
That person does not understand
No,
the source
because
material.
no, it's which my biology teacher.
Yeah.
Because no, brown technically should have been the
No.
more dominant.
That's the way recessive works, though.
No, but this thing is, it's because of the fact that it didn't show up in any. Because my dad had no idea there was any blue eyes on the family at all.
Yeah.
Because we had to go back 5 generations to find one.
Yeah, but it's a percentage possibility. Like it's like
It's a 25%
25% each time. Yeah,
Yeah,
it doesn't
but the fact
necessarily
that,
mean.
But the fact that all 3 of his kids
Yeah.
were the only 3 McGee's. No one else in the McGee family had blue eyes, but us 3.
That's a very.
That's
like,
fucked.
the chances of it happening is very small.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
obviously it happens.
It
It
is-
can, yeah.
Yeah, it's the smallest possible because even our doctors are like, none of you should have blue eyes.
Yeah.
It's actually, these are actually legit freaks of nature that you all have blue eyes.
The fact that you've gotten both of the blue.
And it's
Genes
funny.
necessary.
The funny part about it is no one else in the family had it either.
Yeah.
Trudy's blue-eyed. All her kids came out brown to go with Carol.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, that's interesting." Well, we don't count Gary because Gary's adopted, so there's no point of including him in it. He is by fact blue-eyed, but he's Claire's son. He's not Damien's son. But we just thought it was very funny that it was a real like. There's only 3 people in the McGee family that have blue eyes that are still alive after 5 generations. Just to point out here as well, on all those $1 bills, you don't actually get to see it, but instead of George Washington, it's the Joker.
Yeah.
And they cut the scene because they actually wanted it to be, actually no, fuck it, let's pretend it is real money.
Yeah, is the whole point is he's trying to curry favour.
Yeah, so but he actually did cut the scene, whereas realistically he was lying to everyone the whole time.
Yeah.
But no one cares, no one bothers to look at it because they're so driven by greed. That was the whole point of it.
Yes,
but he
of
just
course.
decided not to cut it because he wanted to make it look like Jack was crazy enough to give out real money. Whereas in realistic, no, he wasn't, and he's filmed the fact that he wasn't. But you were too lazy just to do the scene. Because he wanted to be done with it as quickly as possible. Because he didn't like the idea it kept getting promoted as a superhero movie.
Yeah.
So Tim Burton just didn't want to do reshots on it.
Oh, that's a pity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't until it actually was a success that he decided, oh shit, okay, I will go back and do the sequel.
Yeah.
I wanted to buy that Lego version of that.
Mm.
It's €189, I think it is. But everywhere is fucking sold out at the moment.
Yeah.
But it will actually hang on the wall. It's big enough to hang up on the wall. It's just a little bit bigger than the Supernatural one you did for me. Foxy. Is he listening?
I think we hit some winners there.
Certainly did.
Don't put it up next to me, bed.
Huh?
I don't have to take down British strong style. He actually, fair play to Foxy, the frame and on it, you
Yeah.
can actually stand up so I can just put it on my bed nightstand.
Mm.
So I can turn my head to the left and I can look at the signed picture, and if I turn my head to the right, I'm just looking at my calendar.
Yeah.
I did very well on my Supernatural runs actually this Christmas.
That was alright.
Do you know what did you actually
No, I thought it was
They're
good.
trying to-
I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed it. And see, that's why I wasn't really like riffing that much on it, because I actually just want to watch the movie and enjoy it, which I did.
Would you watch it again if we weren't around so you could actually watch it?
Probably, yeah. Like if I really wanted to if I was getting properly stuck into Batman, I'd start here and then go on. But seeing that we're doing this anyway, yeah. But positive for me, like I don't think I could really look past fucking Jack Nicholson here. He was fucking sublime. Like I don't think I'm breaking new ground by saying that. He was fucking. I really fucking loved him in this.
Yeah.
You know.
Would you have been okay? So in saying that, then if you were obviously because you haven't seen it either,
Yeah.
so knowing that Heath Ledger won the best supporting actor for playing the Joker, do you think?
I'd have to see the way he portrays it because I'm sure with the Joker character, there's ways of like. There's different ways of skinning that cat.
You're gonna have to watch it.
Yeah.
Like again,
I know. I've seen clips. I know how he plays it. Yeah.
No.
I'd have to see the full
Yeah,
thing.
you'd have to watch his full performance. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit you down and do it that way. We're not gonna do it as a weekend in Amy's because,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I said, the Christopher Nolan trilogy, you're looking at 2 hours per movie, and then
Yeah.
The Dark Knight Rises is nearly 2.5 hours.
Oh, fucking
and
hell.
yeah, even as I'm like a diehard fucking Batman fan. Even I'm kind of like, that's too much to put someone through.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you have to be in the mindset to sit down and watch it.
Yes.
Foxy, I don't think I need to ask what your view is on this movie.
No, not really. Like it's the movie that really set it off for like a lot of people. Like in terms of like, you've seen a darker representation of Batman, considering that a lot of people up until this only knew the 1960s version.
Campy, goofy,
very
Adam
campy,
West
bright
Batman, yeah.
coloured, and
Pow, bam, clunk.
whereas this was more dark and gritty and somewhat realistic, but with comic elements. But you had a great cast in it, and a lot of stuff was very practical.
It definitely tried to like get away from comedy in a sense where like I think because like you said, you had Michael Keaton, he like his natural timing is very like kind of comedic and charismatic anyway. You're gonna get some of that. Whereas the actual comedy, if you want to call it that, is coming from Joker being so like crazy. But in a sense, he's still killing people. He's still murdering people. He's still like destroying and.
Tommy Nutter. Sorry, Mr. Nicholson closed tailored by Tommy Nutter.
I guarantee he's the most boring fucker in the world as well.
He definitely is.
Hello, I'm Tommy Nutter.
Yeah.
I'm here to make the costume for Mr. Nicholson. I don't know why he sounds like Aaron. But the thing about it is that, like, if that was the comedy of this movie, then like it kind of shows you the overall tone of it, where like the actual laughs are not from the performance or anything like that. He's laughing, but he's completely batshit.
Yeah.
If you pardon the pun. So like, yeah, it kind of explains itself that way. I can see, going by like even like how you two guys kind of fell in love with the movie. I can definitely see why, because there's so many great visuals in this movie alone. Like that starts off a fandom 100%. Like even if you like you don't have to watch the original Batman to get that. You could have started here. Like this was a like from a character and a like franchise and a look standpoint. What a perfect reset to have. You know, I know you said like Tim Burton really didn't like care for the source material, and
he still treats it with enough respect that a fan can enjoy it.
Yeah,
it's a sense here for a diehard fan. Some bits of this are really going to annoy you.
Yeah, I get that.
And it's it's stupid. It's like to most people, if you're not a massive fan of the source material, you're nitpicking over something. It's like, no, but you don't understand. The character would not do that.
Something with like superhero.
Like Alfred would not bring her into the Batcave.
Yes.
At all.
No.
He would not bring her into the Batcave at all, and that's. It goes against everything that the character that you know from the comic book is kind of set up.
But you're saying
is, even in 60s Batman, they had a house. They have a housekeeper in the 60s Batman. That bitch ain't allowed into the Batcave. She doesn't know they're Batman and Robin. She lives with them and she doesn't know they're Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
So like, if the 1960s campiest of the camp Batman can actually keep that part of it correct, why couldn't they do that just once here on this?
Yeah, and I do understand that.
That's a little bit. That's kind of like what frustrates the hardcore. Nerds in a sense.
Well, like I said, I don't have enough points of reference to say whether that like it is consistent or not. But like I said, I'll go with what you say. Yeah, but even then, like again, I can see from this movie alone. Yeah, I can see why people fell in love with Batman, because I will say about Michael Keaton, played it really well, and much of what you're kind of saying about how oftentimes with the Batman you have the double-edged sword of playing Bruce Wayne and Batman, and some actors are able to do one well and the other not. I can see why people would like kind of see Keaton as the best of the lot, because
he doesn't bow very well.
He doesn't bow very well, and like initially I kind of like was thinking when I saw him kind of start initially, and he was a bit like kind of like, I wouldn't say goofy, but like aloof was the word I was going to use initially, and then you kind of see where like it, almost like he kind of feels the role more when the movie gets kind of stuck into itself, if that makes sense. One
of the things here where when you look at a superhero, and this is a generalized, it's I'm just going to kind of use it as a generalization and everything, right? So you have superheroes, and every single superhero has an alter ego.
Yes.
And the entire thing, right? And I think realistically speaking, I think if you were to look at it the way Batman's ideology is now, his alter ego is actually Bruce Wayne as opposed to Batman.
Yeah.
Like realistically, he really is Batman, but his alter ego is Bruce Wayne, and that's why he is such aloof as how he plays.
In the same way as like Superman.
Because he doesn't. Because like superhero is the actual person, and Clark Kent is the thing, and I think that's where DC kind of get it. DC kind of seems to do it that way. They turn the actual character becomes the superhero, and their alter ego becomes who they really used to be.
Yes.
In a sense, and I think that's where they kind of go wrong with it. Whereas with Marvel, you're actually the alter ego and the superhero are always now one and the same. Tony Stark is Iron Man, and he makes sure everyone knows he's fucking Iron Man. Thor has nothing. Thor is just Thor. Yeah. Everyone knows that Captain America is Steve Rogers. Like there's no secret identity to them. Hawkeye is Hawkeye. Like in that sense there. So that's the kind of where the difference lies, and I think that's where you kind of get it wrong. But I think in this sense here, if you get cast in the role of Batman / Bruce Wayne, you really should be going into going, okay, I am in fact Batman, my alter ego is Bruce Wayne. And I think if they played it that way, which Robert Pattinson seems to be doing it in the Batman, going by the trailers.
Going by the trailers alone,
it does seem to be Batman is the person and Bruce Wayne is the alter ego.
Yeah.
And
It also depends on what type of movie you want to do as well. Are you doing a movie that is relevant to Bruce Wayne or Batman?
They seem to be going back to this type, to the Tim Burton aspect of doing it like as a kind of a film noir sort of thing, I think.
They are, but
I'm
Matt
very
Reeves
excited
is
for it.
very determined to keep it, and they're focusing on the aspect that he is the world's greatest detective.
Rather than
And these are supposed
Yes.
to showcase why he has that moniker.
Yeah.
and I'm just going to point it out here, this is another thing as well, as much as me and Foxy have been fanboying / girling over the Batmobile, this is a very exciting thing for me, is that the Batmobile in the new Batman is just a car.
It's a fucking car finally again.
It's a 1970s Plymouth Barracuda.
Ooh, Barracuda, nice.
It's a
That lovely car.
1970s.
It's a lovely
And
car.
it's decked out to do it for
Yeah.
like a Batmobile on it. But I'm so excited.
No.
I
that-
can't
I
wait
like
to build it as
Barracuda's
well.
a
I
good
can't
car.
wait to build
yeah.
it when I go home as well. I'm really
Yeah.
looking forward to it. I still haven't built that Lego yet.
In fact, like there's another car I'm thinking of, which is the Superbird, which is like a lot more Batmobile than it should
See,
be.
this thing is, like, realistically, you could actually pick any kind of muscle car and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and then you could turn that into a Batmobile. Like, a Dodge would actually make a fantastic
Charger, yeah.
Batmobile. A Dodge Charger would
Yeah.
make a fantastic Batmobile.
Or Super
but-
B.
I'm excited. That's why I'm kind of looking forward to it. But we've done Batman.
Yep.
1989. We're going to be moving on to Batman Returns, 1992, which again stars Michael Keaton as Batman. We have Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman / Selena Kyle. Oh, that name sounds
It
very
sounds very
familiar.
familiar, yeah.
Christopher Walken as
Wow.
Max Schreck,
Nice.
the Penguin as, Danny DeVito as
Yes.
the Penguin, as well
Perfect.
Cobblepot. Who else have we got? Michael Gottigan is returning as Alfred, and I think that's the main cast.
That's the main cast, but like there is a couple of others.
There's some
scattered
good,
in.
yeah, you will notice a few faces in a sense.
Look forward to it.
So we're going to be doing that next on Weekend at Amy's, and I want to thank you all for joining us. I'm so excited to be doing that one. So from Jonathan, from
You might
Foxy,
need subtitles for that part.
No,
From Kira.
I challenge you two to make a caption out of that.
You sound like a sim.
Turn into the fucking tribbles.
I'm so glad that Kira woke up for the outro.
Yes, I get to go home.
I was awake for parts.
Yeah, that's
Come
true.
back
You
to me
did.
in a half hour. With it.
see how
Yeah.
much she is in the next one. But we appreciate it. Well, thank you for joining us, and we will see you on the next one.
Goodbye.